Hi guys, welcome to Robin Hood Diaries. Tonight, today, whatever it is for you, thank you for being here to let me share with you. And that's the highlight of my day, so here we go. This is a doozy. I previewed it as my lifelong encounters or brushes with Scientology Inc. And this was way back, like in the mid 70s. Going forward a bit, but not by much. I had seen enough. So what sparked the idea for tonight's show, actually, usually they're just completely spontaneous and I just run to a pad and write them down. Another slice of life, another day in the life of Sean. We're still pre-26, so we got lots to go, believe it or not. So like I said, tonight's show is about my brushes with Scientology Inc. What sparked, as I said, the idea for tonight's show was I was on YouTube last night, of course, reviewing analytics for the channel and all that. And the thing that came up on my feed was the Ted Koppel interview with David whatchamacallit, the CEO of Scientology Inc., the only interview, the first and last interview that he ever did, which really kind of came across as an infomercial. I mean, the fact that he calls it a religion to me with quite extensive experience academically and personally with religion per se, this is more like if you took Mormonism and sort of like gene spliced it with Walmart. That's kind of it. It's not I swear to God, it's I swear to the board of directors. So anyway, my first encounter with Scientology Inc. was when they started taking over Hollywood Boulevard. It was a sore spot for me. They started buying up all this real estate on Hollywood Boulevard. And so very first encounter was one of the first buildings that they swiped or paid for, purchased real estate, such as it is. It was really a crappy old building where they started. And the lobby, this kind of blech, kind of like Social Security lobby of this building, was just a bunch of cubicles. And this like, car salesman guy, very young, very aggressive, comes out and asks my dad and I, at 10 years of age, I was like 9, actually, younger. My sister wasn't born yet. He hadn't even met Sandra. So they asked if we wanted to take a personality test. We did, and about oh my God, 45 minutes, an hour and a half into it, whatever, we just both got up and left. We looked at each other and got up and left. Recruiters are, as David whatchamacallit says, they're very aggressive, or maybe he didn't say that, but they are. Very aggressive, not unpleasant, but, if you say something like, well, I'm not sure this is for me because of whatever, they won't kind of ease back and ease forward. It's more like, no, that's not really blah, blah, blah. So whatever, that was my first encounter. And we laughed, my dad and I. We both knew nothing about Scientology Inc. at that point. So next encounter then is at the Celebrity Center, which is a beautiful old building. The fact that they took it over is nauseating, but whatever. It should be like, some kind of resort, vintage resort of some sort. But they got it. Yet another property in Hollywood. And this was right when my father met my former stepmother. And my sister was not born yet. It was just Mino, myself, Sandra, and my dad. And I'm not saying any part of my family was affiliated with Scientology Inc. I'm not saying that. I'm just communicating to you what my experiences were, what I saw, what I heard, and so forth. So socially, I went to the Celebrity Center of Scientology Inc. I didn't go there for any recruiting, anything, or any clearance or clearing or whatever. It was social. It wasn't, the place was an apartment building for starters back in the day. So duh. I mean, and then what's weird is that the Scientology building in Hollywood, that is their like headquarters or whatever, the old blue building, that was Cedars of Lebanon Hospital where I was born on the 5th floor. So if I drive down Fountain and I got to look at that god-awful thing with Scientology Inc. all over it,